All right, I almost got everything hooked except for one side, and that's on this side. I got everything built up, so everything's coming together now. Now, I put those 2 rows in back in there so you can see how I built that up. Got a little more stability. And just remember these old type basket, the way the flat handle. Okay, I got another exciting basket here. Now this one, as you can see, has a top. Then look at this, look at that. Now, I'm gonna have to figure out how am I gonna fix this one. It's gonna take me a whole lot more time because I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna get material in the inside. I'm going to try not to break this down and then rebuild it up because that is the long way and the hard way. So it's an easier way if I just break all this down up to here and then build back up, then the basket's not going to look right. It's going to take away from the aging of the basket. I'm going to have to figure out the loop. And one bad thing about this one, okay, hold on one sec. Hello, how are y'all? If y'all find something to you like in there, I'll be glad to take a little off on the basket for you. We got people walking, we got a ship coming in today, it's gonna be a small one. And now the hook on this look like it's broken off. I don't know if the hook back in because it don't look like, I guess, yeah. I guess it did break off from there, so I can put that back together. Now, the other bad part is, see this little top on here? When you got this little knob, if this go, there's no way I can put one of these back on. This is the kind that I hate. I'm gonna try and put some of the binding in the inside so that this don't come apart. So I'm going to start up here and kind of reinforce this, because if this should ever come off, I cannot fix this. Okay, I would have to almost build an entire new top, and I didn't charge the customer for that. Now, the side hook, that is coming all apart, so I'm gonna have to do my little jogging technique here in binding this until I can get to this point. I'm gonna start somewhere in here, come up and tighten that whole area there. Then I'm gonna have to work on the handle, and that's gonna be the hard part. So I don't know, maybe I need to put this down in here, hook it, tie it on, go down to the base, because the base, see, is a bad area. I'm gonna fix that first, then work my way up, because once I work down here, I don't want to be moving this handle back and forth, because that's going to be my major work. So this basket look well kept. So I'm going to fix all the little areas on the sides here first, and then I will handle this handle, and then I'll work on this. Okay, so I can put this back on last because this is going to be an easier part to hook this in. I gotta say build up this first. So every time I get a new basket, I'm always trying to improve on the basket, or I'm going to end up building one. But like I say, I want to do that rainbow handle, and I still haven't done that yet. So I keep procrastinating. Okay. So I'm going to get myself started on this, somewhere today, and we'll see how everything's going to work out. It's going to be a nice hot day, and like I said, there's a cruise ship in today. I'm going to take tomorrow off and probably work on this or some other things first. So somewhere in here, I will get going on this basket full time. Okay, I'm going to start on this top first. And the inside looks real good. But then as you look on the outside, you can see how it's all dried and brittle. So like I was mentioning earlier, if this knob piece ever comes off, there's no way going to be able to put this back on. It's just too hard. If so, then I will advise the customer, leave it out, maybe use the basket for a toilet tissue holder or napkin holder, just pull it out. I've done that before. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start like 3 rows on the top here and go all the way up, put the hook in, but I am not going to put the end loop in. So that's going to be the only difference I'm going to do on this one for right now. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 before the end. That'll be the best way to start this. Then I'll go back up, and I'll go from outside in, get some wrapping to get the tightness. So I'm not going to pop this off. I'm just going to add to it. It's going to make it a little thicker, because right there on the top, I can see where the piece already coming off. So I'm going to try and get that done before any damage comes to this basket anymore. And I'll start working on the main basket sometime, I guess, next week, because I have another customer that I have not finished yet. So we'll see how everything's going to look. So I'm going to let you see those 4 rows once I done did all that and put that loop in, which is this part. That's the hook right there. So that's at least I will be able to do so far. Okay, now, oh, this wind is really blowing here now. Now what I'm gonna have to do is I'm tying down this handle until I can work on it, because I'm gonna have to figure out how am I gonna put this handle down, because one side is together and the other side not. So I'm kind of glad it's together, but the problem is one side got 4 rows, and I'm not sure if there are 4 rows on this other side. It might have been 1 row, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. So I'm gonna find an old basket, and I'm gonna see if the entire basket on 2 sides, and they build up 1 arm on 1 side. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah. A lot of noise right now, a lot of noise. I hope this a hole. Got a lot of the buses and a lot of people out here. They're kind of slow right now. It's lunchtime. Now you can see I am still working on this knob. Let me just get this piece in. Okay, now you can see I got that knob in there nice and good now, and I hope that the customer will keep this knob, because if this ever go, there's no way one can ever be put in. An entire new top will probably have to be made, and I hope I'm not the one to do it. But since they had this basket a long time, they shouldn't have no problem unless some child or a dog or something get to it. So other than that, I am going to finish this top. I got it going right now. I got the hook on the side. I'm not going to put this piece in until I do the base of the basket, because I need to be able to hook that in. So I'm at the last part of the row here. That's the end of it. So now I am working in the middle of the inside here. So I just need to get all that done, and then I'm going to let you see that top once I have completed everything except for hooking it to the base, which is going to take a while on that part. So let's get going. Okay, I got this done now. So I've got the whole top completed. You can see all of that. I just got to clean it up some. I didn't put that end on, so that will not be done until I've done the base of the basket. And that I'm going to start, and I've already looped the handle. You can see the high standard, because I have to go down to the basket in order to get to this bottom. So once I get this bottom done, then I'll come up somewhere in the middle, make this basket a little tighter and heavier. So that's the best thing I can be able to do at the same time. So I'm going to do maybe 2-3 rows at a time and then go from there. How you doing, sir? Okay, what I'm doing is I'm doing the middle of this basket right now so I can give it some support. So I'm having to go in and out. Sometime I have to go from inside out, outside in. It varies kind of to the area. And I'm going to let you see how this basket's doing as soon as I can get this piece finished. We got a crowd of people today. Today's Saturday, and everybody's coming out. It's going to be a warm day today. Humidity was 105 yesterday. It's going to be 115 today. It's almost like being in August. If I get this in there. All right. It's just going to take a little time on this one, because this one is a little tall. We got a lot of rows. The basket looked good inside. It's just the outside have become brittle and breaking. I wish there was a way to keep it evenly, but unfortunately the environment doesn't work like that. Now this basket was a little warped, so I'm tightening it, and that's why I'm doing this effect by building up the middle first. Once I get this middle, then I'll be able to do everything else. So I'm trying to tighten up to keep the basket straight. And then the more I work on it, the tighter it's going to be. Okay. So now this is what it's looking like. See, I've tightened right here. then I'm going to tighten there, then I'm going to go up to the top, and that's going to make that basket even tighter and straight. Then I'll go back, and I'm going to start on the bottom here. See all that's missing there? All that's coming apart. I'm trying to hold this basket together as I work, and mainly I always do that when a basket is so loose. I'm trying to tighten certain areas to get it straight first. All right, I'm gonna get back in there and I'm gonna do this maybe 3-4 rolls every day until I get this basket complete. So once I get up to the rim, that's where I'm gonna have to put a lot of work in, because this is the handle and I'm trying to keep that together. I'm gonna have to tie this because it's coming all apart right here. So I want to get all that situated anyway. It's getting pretty noisy right now. Everybody's getting up. Okay. As I pop these out. Okay, so what I'm now going to do is I am going to continue this. I got to get another strip of palm and get that started, and I will continue. And then I'm going to show you later as I work on this bottom also. That's when it becomes even harder, because I got to really go down in there. So see all that? That's just all the stuff that's coming out. Okay? Okay, I got this area done. So look at this. I've done the whole center of this basket. I mean, it is tight now. You can see all the work in the inside. Look at all that. All this stuff that came out, and I'm gonna have to just cut everything out and just trim it up, clean it up. Now my next phase is gonna go down to the bottom here. I'm gonna start somewhere at the very bottom. You can see how that's coming apart right there. I'm gonna start there. I got 2, 4, 6, 8 rows to go up. Then the last area gonna be the entire bottom here. So I'm gonna go somewhere in here and then go up, and that will be it. And that's when I will go back up to the top and start doing my work, where I'll be putting the handle back together. So I got some pieces of palm, the end, where I could plug in to give this a little more stability. because if this handle comes back off again in the future, there's no way you're going to be able to put it back on. I'll probably have to cut the basket down and then rebuild it back up with the handle. That's the only thing I can come out with, unless, I mean, I got to really think about it. Anyway, who's to say? All right, continue working. Well, I am almost done with this bottom, but I finished all the sides. Look at that. Everything is done on the side of this basket. And I am working down in here on the bottom because it's so the depth on it. I gotta turn my head, get it down in there and pull through. Sometimes I don't know which way I'm going because I gotta go way down into the basket just to get everything pulled. This look almost like a left-hand basket maker on the bottom here, but sometimes we buy these starters and somebody might be a left-handed, but I'm getting it. I've closed most of the skips, which is good. And so hold on, let me get this through and then I'm going to show you something. Now, I got this hat on. Ta-da. See that? Red, white, and blue, because today it is 4th of July. And you know, all of my life, 58 years, I've never worked on 4th of July, whether a regular job, school, or coming into the market. And then I found out that every 5 or 6 years, the 4th of July is on a Saturday. Now, if there's leap years in there, then it'll be every 11 years. So, kind of amazing in it. Kind of weird how that happens. But anyway, I am sitting here today. There's a lot of people on the outside there getting ready for tonight. There's going to be a lot of fireworks. I might bring Joy back down into the market or somewhere near it and go see the fireworks there at Joe Raleigh Waterfront Park tonight. Should be a lot of people. Or I might just stay home and just watch the fireworks from off our porch. So it all's going to depend on if I'm tired and she's not tired because she got to go to work tomorrow. And I might come out to the market tomorrow also. But anyway, getting back to this basket, I've done all them sides. I mean, this basket is very tight. I got rid of all of them skips. And now I'm working on the bottom. And then my last phase, as you know, I'm going to be doing on this handle. And that's why I tell my customers, they got to be patient because it takes time to do this basket. It's not like you can do it in one day, especially something this big. And this is nothing really, but still, I have other work to do. I got to make crosses. I got to make other baskets. And this is second in line, repairing a basket. Oh, I need to get this in here. I wish I could have a little light down inside the basket, but unfortunately, that's not going to work because this basket is too close. So I'm kind of like cutting my eyes each time. Hold the basket at an angle so I can get some sunlight down in there because I'm on the outside. And just guide the palm down through it. Now, I'm going to do this maybe about, 2,000 times, I guess, until I get this bottom corrected. Now, I could go from outside in, but that's going to make more work because if I cut the threads, well, if I cut the stitch, now I'm going to have to really work on the basket, and that's what I don't want to do. So I got to be very careful. I got to feel my way in the bottom of the basket, and then I want to take some of the stitch and go under another stitch in order to get this basket a little tighter and to close those wrap. A stitch, stitch, wrap, stitch, stitch, wrap. I don't like basket like that. Kind of like a song. So I'm doing the same thing with this basket right now. But once I get started, I learn better ways in doing this, easier and faster. Okay, I'm getting it in there. Now I could notice this bottom's kind of got a little lopsided. It's not even. I can't fix that because it's already done. I'm gonna take this. I want to sit this. I'm gonna sit this right here. It's got a little lean to it, but not bad. I think I fixed most of it. I just can't get 100%. That's just the way the basket was made. And even tightening it and trying to hold it down flat, it's not gonna work. I don't want to be cutting into stitches, and that's what I got to be very careful. It's almost like me turning the basket upside down each time. I'm trying not to. I'm just feeling, taking that feel. Kind of glad the palm is long, so I don't have to add into it each time. I'm just feeling for it right now. Oh man. Yeah, that's all I can do. But I'll get this done. It is the 4th. I'm hoping sometime next week I can get to where I'm working on the handle for her so I can get it back to her. I know she's probably waiting on this basket. It's been almost 2 months now, 3 months. And I got another big job to work on, which is 3 baskets. I think for Miss Lauren or Miss Karen, somewhere in there. I forgot the name. I got to get working on that. Okay. I'm getting it. It's just time consuming. You know, when you're trying to tighten up a basket that was made a long time ago and you're trying to get down in there, very awkward doing this. I mean, I love doing it, but still. There we go. And then once I'm done with that, I gotta go back down in there and cut all that old dead material out. Some I can cover, some I'm gonna leave. Oh man. I'm still waiting on the wife to call me so I can find out if we're gonna still go over to the waterfront park tonight. If not, we're just gonna stay home. She is cooking chicken and pig loin. She said, oh boy, so I still having to get that feel. I don't do this all the time, so this is just one of the basket. I learn as I go. Each basket is different, so I got to use different techniques. And the old saying, sometimes it's easier to make a basket than to fix it, because especially one like this, when you got to go down this depth. Good thing this basket wasn't a giant basket. Oh man, imagine me trying to get down into a basket 3 feet high, and you only dealing with maybe 9 inches wide. Woo, man, that is hard. I can see it right now. All right. Uh-oh. Now this is gonna be hard because I don't want to cut the other stitch because I'm not going way down at the beginning. I might end up having to do this depending on how this is gonna look on the bottom once I'm done. Okay, got a lot of people starting to walk around. It's almost 12 o'clock now, so fireworks not gonna start till 9 o'clock. Sun doesn't go down till 8:30. I would say 9 o'clock. Everything will start blasting off to be good and dark, because this is summertime, so the sun goes down a little later. All right. I'm starting to get that feel, but once, oh, I'm not gonna say that. So I am constantly doing this all day, but I'm gonna spend maybe an hour, 2 hours on this basket. Then I'm gonna put it down and work on something else. So I give it another week or so, and then I'll be up and working on this handle. So I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this basket because I got other important things to do. So I'll go back and forth till I get this basket done. And that's why I tell customers, you need to be patient because I can't sit here all day just working on a repair. I got other important things to do. So I kind of plug this in at least every day, get a couple of rolls done until I finish this project. My next project, which is a 3-piece basket, one of those baskets is a left hand. So I'm thinking about that basket as I work on this, what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it. I had one similar last month, I believe, and I learned some new techniques, so I'm gonna kind of bring that over to work on those type of basket. As long as I got space and with work on the basket, then I'm gonna do it that way, okay? All right, so I'm gonna stop on this for right now, and I'm gonna go to something else, and I'll be back on this maybe later on when I go home, maybe. But I doubt it today because it's the 4th of July. Okay, now I'm getting to the hard part. Now I find out that this basket, you can see this, it was split to go inside the rows on one side, and then one row is gonna go and end on this side. So I might have to extend this, giving it a little more support. Now, what I've done is I took some palm, the end. There's gonna be a lot of strength on this because what happens is the grass, all this is broken off, so I'm gonna have to spin all of this in, bring this on side. So I'm gonna work on one side first so you can see what I've done. I've taken that part of the palm, the end. This is very strong, so I'm going to build this up, put some grass in, come up, and then I'm going to run it into the top of this. So I'm going to work on one side of the handle first. I got to get everything hooked first before I can start doing all the rest of sewing. So I got 2, 4, 6 rows to go up. Then I got to take where the hook's going to go in. I got to expand that, and I'm going to put some of this in the inside of the grass to kind of thicken it and to build it up. Now, what is going to become very hard is this side. What they did was they brought the handle, hooked it onto the side of the body, and then put this, so I can't go left. It's like me going to left-handed. So I'm going to have to kind of turn this to feed everything to go right-handed in order to get this out. Now when I pull this out, now I got to put it back in here until I can work on it. I might have to get some palm put in, hook this in until I can really hold this in. Oh man, now I done really messed this up now. Now I got to find out, I'm going to get a piece of palm. I'm going to put this in. So let me get this hooked in first, and I'm going to do a little bit at a time until I can get this built up. So I'm going to take one arm first, then I'm going to go back and do this. So we're going to see. All right, I almost got everything cooked except for one side, and that's on this side. I got everything built up, so everything's coming together now. Now, I put those 2 rolls in back in there so you can see how I built that up. Got a little more stability. And just remember these old type basket, the way the flat handles are, you know, I really didn't like it, but I'm gonna put it back just the way I found it. I added some new material because a lot of the material on this handle was brittle. So I'm enforcing it with some new Sweetgrass. I got some of this coarse stuff. It's a little better for handle, give a little more stability. And I'm coming on around. Now, I bought the top today because I wanted to make sure that everything's gonna fit before I tighten everything, put everything back together. Now, you can see where I have the hook in. I am gonna bring some of this grass around. I'm gonna build this up so that way the little hook will hook right down into that. And that's how a lot of the basket was made, so that way you can keep it closed and want to snap open on you. I don't know why we would need to put that on, because the top is going to sit anyway, but it's just decoration. I'm going to bring it over and I'm going to stop it a little bit up here, but the main thing is to give this handle a little more stability. All this here is still peeling off, and once I get that done, then I'm going to put the hook on the other side. Now, this is where I took some of the end of the palm. I'm gonna give that a little more strength and stability. I'm gonna bring it out so I can hook everything in. So that's another reason why I bought that top. The basket still got a little lean to it. That's just the way it was made. There's nothing I could have done with that. Everything else is tightened on the side. And once I put this one last row in there, that is going to give it a little bit more stability, and you can pick it up without any flex to it. Customer is going to really like this. I'm starting to like it. It took me a little time because I had to really go back and think, how am I going to hook the handle in, because they didn't have no kind of area where I can hook it in. It looks like when they did this side, they hooked this on the outside of the body, making it a little fatter right there. I'm going to kind of push that in some, and I got to try and keep this handle a little tight. So I'm actually, there goes a truck again. Got a lot of trucks out there today. It's Friday. I'm pulling so that I can make this nice and tight to give it a little more strength, stability. That way the handle don't move as much. So I'm still learning on all this. Even though I've been doing this all my life, I always come up with a basket where I don't know how they put it together, but I'm managing to fix it. Okay. All right, I will let you guys see how this is going to look once I put this side on and put that side on. And then we're going to go and put the final touch, put this top back on. Okay, I got this one side done. You can see how got the clip in, and I've got the top, the very top done. so I don't have to worry about having to sweat to get on the top here. I'm going to check everything else on the bottom, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish this side. And once I finish this side, it'll give it a whole lot more stability, and then I'll be ready to put the top on. Okay, I got the other hook on now. You can see I got both sides on. See that? Now, what I got to do now is I'm going to take some of my extra spare pieces that I had from the palm, the end, when I script it. Now, this is very hard, very strong, kind of like bamboo. And I am going to insert this into this side of the handle, giving it a little more stability. So this is going to make this handle very hard compared to when I first got it. So I'm going to incorporate this into it along with some of the hard grass. I'm going to build that up, and then I got to pull on this handle, make it a little harder, so it's going to have some depth to it. Right now, the way this handle is, it wasn't thick enough, so one side is like sitting up like a rainbow. So I'm going to cut all of this. I'm going to go under, come all the way around until, let's see, I got to see how this is first, because I got to build this up. I added a little bit of new material because all that other stuff was rotted away. And I'm going to bring it halfway back to the end here. So I had no reference on one side of this basket because of how the handle was broken off. And it was very unusual. Oh, there's a truck right now. Man. But anyway, what I had to do was look at a couple of old baskets, take the knowledge from that, and rebuild a second row onto this basket. So now I got 2, 4, 6, 8 rows instead of 7 rows, because the way this thing looked like this basket had where one of the row was split, but not embedded into the row, but it's hooked to the outside. That's very unnormal for a basket maker. But what I did was I inserted it into the roll, thickened it a little bit. You would never know the difference. Let's see, so I just got to bring this around. Oh boy, I'm getting it done. The last part's going to be hooking this lid back on. I've been thinking on this since I started on this handle. Let's see, I've got to see where I'm going to add some more material. I'm glad I had this coarse grass with me. The color will blend in later as it the years go by. All this is brittle in here, so I'm still using the old grass and applying some new grass just to kind of give it a little stability and strength. Sometimes it's hard to find the exact color. See, I'm gonna cut this. I need enough to come back to the other side. I don't want to make it too thick. Let's see, I'm gonna cut it on this way. I'm gonna insert this side in first, but I gotta thicken this up. Okay, let's get this in. I had this basket a long time because I was doing some other work also at the same time. And I know she's gonna be happy when she get this basket back. She gonna think I rebuilt a whole new basket for her, but I didn't. I used all the same old material. I'm gonna thicken this up a little bit more. Let's see. I'm gonna turn this around. Try to use the thin and then come in. All right, let me cut this. All right, I'm gonna get this piece in and insert it about halfway. Oh man, that didn't work. And that is what I hate, because I gotta pull this back out. Some of this grass is brittle too. Even though it looked like it's green, but it's not. All right. Sometimes this coarse grass dry a little different than the soft grass. All right, here we go. What I would have done is take this and put it in the inside, but unfortunately, I couldn't do that because of how this basket was built. So now, I'm gonna get the handle straight, then I'm gonna start pulling and tightening at the same time. I just gotta get it going first. All right, once I can get this started, see, I'm gonna have a problem here now. I don't believe in this wrap stuff, but I'm gonna have to try something because it's not gonna work. I hope I don't pump. I don't want to pump the stitch. That's one thing I gotta be very mindful, because I'm almost at the end, and that's all I need is to pump a stitch. Okay, here we go. That'll work. I'm gonna pull this very hard. Then I'm gonna insert some grass. Okay, got that piece. Uh-oh. My palm is splitting right here. Okay, it's a little warm today. Been hot for the last couple of days. Today is the 20th. We ain't got far. August is gonna be here, and that's the worst month in Charleston. Humidity is gonna be really, really bad, really high. I know it, I can see it right now. All right, I got it going now. Okay, so once I finish that piece, then I will let you see the very end. I'm gonna cut it off, and then I'll come back, and the last area I will work on will be the top. I gotta hook that in. I also gotta build up one row so that okay. All right, let me get this first, and then I will finish it, and then I'll show you on finishing with the top. It's been good working on this basket, because I am going to, as you know, build a basket like this also. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but I know I'm going to do this one in the next couple of weeks, because I don't want to forget this design or how I did it, because I want to make sure. Maybe I take a couple of pictures, measurement, because sometimes I get to doing a lot of other things and I forget it, and then all of a sudden now, oh, I had a basket that I had sitting, and I never finished that basket, and it's been over a year, and I forgot how I found the basket. So I'm gonna try not to let that happen again. Not too many people make these baskets because they're so difficult to make. They're not easy to make, especially when you got to split the rows. And some of these handles, I don't like splitting the rows. That's why I want to incorporate a rainbow handle on this type of basket. How, I don't know yet. I'm still thinking, working, experimenting. I can feel that stability in there, but it feels good right now. But once the basket warms up, that is going to be, I'm not going to have the basket around that time. So I just want to get this piece in. All right, now I'm going to finish this up, and then once I'm done, then you'll see the entire basket without the lid. All right, I got it done. I got both hitches on now. So my next job is going to be to put the top on. I've cleaned the basket up. I got the bottom done, nice, good. The sides, the handle is good and tight, no flexing, nice and stiff. So customer is going to like this. Now my next process is just to put the top on. So I got one roll and back clip to put on, and then we will have our final talk on this basket. Okay, now that I've finished this basket, you saw how it looked when I first got it, and now you see how it looked down that it's completed. I had no reference point. I had to put back this side of the handle and build it up. I only use a few material, not much. All this is all original material. I build up the sides. I build this little hook back in, retied it, hooked everything in, took out all the wrap stitch. So this basket is actually sealed real good and tight now. It's almost like brand new. So when that customer gets this basket, it's gonna look as if I just built this basket yesterday, but no, I repaired this basket. And he or she knew how this basket was when they brought it over to me. And now they can see the type of work that I do. You can go down into my website, my YouTube channel down in the description, and you see all the different works that I do. Everything I learn as I go, and I kind of incorporate new technique and upgrade as I go. So with this knob, I also got an idea where I will use something, maybe wooden, ceramic, where it will not come off. I'm working on that. But as you push the basket in, you can see all of this. Look at that top now. Now that top can come in and hook just as that, boom. Okay? So if you're down at the city market, come and see me, Michael, and Joy. If we're not there on that day, we could be in the forest, the swamp, or the creek, or I can be on the other side of the world.